So the first question is, how should I budget my money as a student or recent graduate?
Okay, how should you budget your money? Depends on who you are and what you think is important. You might have heard of, 30, 30, 30. That's one of the ones, which is like if you make $1,000 a week, you put 30% to save, 30% on living expenses, and 30% for emergencies or whatever. Right? But I don't think that really works because it depends on what your needs are. Because if you're living at home with your parents, which more and more Australians are doing, or if you're from a culture where that's quite normal, you don't have to worry about your rent. If you're on your own and you have to pay rent, that your cost of living is going to be a lot more. So you might not have as much to save. But I think the basic rule of thumb is spend less than what you make and put some away for emergencies, because it will happen. Even if you're young and beautiful, things happen to people.
So what would you say is the best way to start building an emergency fund then?
Stop spending. I think the best thing, and this is me, I know all this, but even for me, I look at Apple Pay, I had to get rid of it because it makes spending easy, right? And there's apps like Afterpay, Buy Now, Pay Later, whatever. They're not in your best interest because it makes spending easier and you're bombarded by marketing. So the best thing is have no money. If I have no money in my hot little hands and I'm walking down the street and go, ooh, great sale, I can't do anything with it. But if I have my credit card, I go, well, I need another black jacket for work or whatever my brain will justify. And I think, oh, I'm saving more because it says the more I spend, more I save. No, if you don't have money, you can't spend it. So make spending difficult. Try to do cash or debit card. So especially for young people, long-term has huge ramifications. And if you want to learn about compound interest, which is fascinating, comment below, right? But make spending hard, saving easy. Go to ASIC Money Smart website, learn something about investing, or comment below and we'll do a little workshop.
How can an international student start investing in Australia?
Everybody says, they go, oh, it doesn't matter if they're young or old. The first question I get asked after investing is, which app do I use? That's kind of like saying, I want to lose weight. Which protein powder should I drink? Yeah, it's not really logical because you have to think about what your situation is. And that would depend. So for international students, I used to be an English teacher. So international students range from those people who really worked hard and saved money and came to Australia because they worked as a fisherman in Queensland and paid for their own studies, to, their mummy or daddy's a billionaire, so it's a lot easier. So hard to say international student, but I'm guessing the basic rule is put away something. So if you've got a job, you could do 30, 30, 30, or just make things difficult for you to spend, save something, and then educate yourself on ETFs or basic investment, and don't go for apps. Because ask yourself this, why do the apps exist? Apps exist to make money, okay? I have a business, brainybucks.com. It's non-profit because we're not aiming at making profit. Any profit will go towards making community education, right? But most businesses are here to make money so they can sell it off to bigger companies. That's what it is. It's called scaling, right? So apps, how are they making money? Read the tiny print at the bottom and you might find that's not in your best interest. Even if you're international or national, whatever student you are, I think the common sense approach is spend less. And it might be online account. Even if you've got $10, start getting into the habit of putting it away regularly.
Both short-term and long-term investments, how diversified should the portfolio be?
Well, it depends what you mean by. In investing, we always ask you what's your time frame. So if you've got 5 to 7 years, which is what we call a cycle, because it can go up and down, you're gonna expect at least 10% return compounding, right? But if you're going to be needing it next year, like 18 months, that's a short term, you really can't afford to diversify much, because if you need that money to return because you're paying off your tuition or you want to buy a car or whatever, you only have online. So you have to put 100% in cash in it online or something like that, right? Or keep it in gold or whatever it is. So really your risk will dictate your diversification or how much you're willing to cope with the loss, not loss, but down market turn, right? So time frame is what you should be considering and your overall goal. So if your long-term goal is to buy apartment or a house that costs $900,000, then what you can afford to take, you can obviously afford to take more risk, especially if you're only in your 20s. But if you're 55, I don't think so. So basically, short-term goal, different diversification strategies, to long-term goal, different diversification strategies, and it depends on your goal as well. Don't just think of short or long term. What are you talking about? Are you talking about 5 years, or are you talking about 10 years? If you ask my niece, 1 year is really, really long because she's dying for her 12th birthday. Okay, for me, it's like 1 year, it's like, what, already? Okay, so it really depends on your time frame.
Okay. Is it possible to time the market when investing?
Is it possible to time the market when investing? Well, it is possible in your dreams. because Nobel Prize winning economics research says no. Okay, and I think Warren Buffett, who you might have heard of, is the only man alive who's actually made his wealth purely from investing. All the other, I think, billionaires or nearly trillionaires have usually software or something like that. But Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are the only people who made money from investing purely. He says he doesn't know any man or alive or dead who's been able to consistently predict the market. So timing the market, if you can do it, I'd like to hear from you. Comment below, because I also like to know next week's lottery numbers. But as far as I know, it's not possible to time the market. You could do basic things, right? You could diversify to manage risk. What we mean by managing risk is to lessen the pressure. So, during COVID, everything went down, but not everything went down. AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, and food delivery companies went up, right? So even during war, a lot of war businesses go up, right? And entertainment businesses go up. So that's what we mean by diversification. So if you have a little bit of investment in lots of different companies, no matter what, you can kind of float. Whereas if you just put all your money in cryptocurrency or gold, and gold is number one at the moment because people are feeling afraid, then you don't get any return, right? So no, I don't think you can predict the market, but I'd like to hear from you if you can.
What are common investing mistakes you see often?
What are common investing mistakes? So if you make mistakes, that's okay if you learn from it and you make more money from it.
With so many options out there, does it make a difference if I go with one platform for investing over another?
Yes, that's it. Well, comment below because that's a generic question. But basically, if you have different platforms, for example, your retail investors are not privy to wholesale products, right? So for example, if you're a doctor or pharmacist, you can get generic medicine, right? You can get Panadol or whatever, and that's, I don't know, $5. But you can get the same one made in the same factory with no label, and it's only $1. So there are products that you might not be aware of. Unfortunately, in the retail world, retail means for normal people, you're bombarded with these apps like, every time you go down to the metro station or subway or whatever bus, I wouldn't really take anything that's everywhere, right? So is your platform right for you? Do you even understand what the actual cost is? And I'm talking about not just fees like, no trading fees or no exchange. It's the tiny little writing that you probably haven't read or you don't even understand, because I didn't. And I became a financial planner and I taught financial planners as well. And even after that, I started reading and I go, oh, now it kind of makes sense, right? It's not to say you don't know, but the industry is specifically made like that to exclude people so you pay more money, just like medical things. Every industry has a code. And the reason why we have this is to exclude people so we can charge you. Okay, not me though, because this is not charging thing. But most of businesses in finance is to make money and, golden geckos and make money, all this sort of stuff. That's what the industry is based on. So yeah, be careful, read and understand before you do anything about platforms, because just because it's convenient, what's the cost? Right? You should always ask, what is the cost for that convenience? Like, getting, Uber Foods, what's the cost?